It's 10 o'clock.
Thank you to the many local businesses that support Border Radio and help make the music possible. If you have a business that would like to include Border Radio in your marketing mix, we're here to provide a customized program for you. Call us at 877-838-5292 or visit borderradioaz.org for more information.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter, and on today's program, we are going to be talking to Danny Chavez, who is an amateur boxer, but I don't think he's going to be amateur for much longer if you check out his Instagram and see how many belts he has, as well as Leslie McClendon. She is a Yuma City Council member. She also works over at Visit Yuma. We're going to talk to her about that as well. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget that you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I am Johnny Porter, and I just want to say thanks to our new sponsor, High Tanks Brewing. This weekend, Savino over there, he's their brewmaster. He just had his birthday, 70 years old, and I don't think he's a day over 21. So happy birthday, Savino. I wanted to say that. I saw some of the pictures from their event that they had over there. It's really, really cool over there. So happy birthday, Savino. And with that, we are joined by junior and senior. We have Danny Chavez Jr. and his dad, Daniel Chavez Sr. Thank you guys for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right. So I believe how this came about was through Gary. Gary had, I tried to get Gary on the show. Gary, who's a coach over at Yuma Boxing Academy, correct?
Yeah.
So I kind of reached out to him, and you said he's a little shy, Daniel. He's a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Once you get to know him, he opens up.
Yeah. So I reached out to him about coming on. He says, "No, I have somebody for you. I got somebody that you need to get on. He's up and coming, and that man is Danny Chavez right over here. And I believe your record. Let's see. I think I wrote it down. 28-7 as an amateur. Is that correct?
Yeah, 28-7. But 7 of those losses, I lost my first 3 fights. I was 0-3 at one point. So yeah, I went undefeated for a while too. I was on a winning streak, and then my most recent loss was last year in June. June, I'd say, in the Junior Olympics.
Oh, Junior Olympics.
Wow.
Junior
Olympics, and before that, I lost in March in the International Open in Colorado, and before that, I went on like a year and a half without losing.
You know, so okay, so you're a boxer, amateur boxer, and you brought up your losses. You kind of went to that right away, like, hey, the reason why. And so here's the thing. I think it was like Floyd Mayweather. I've been watching boxing for a long time, and I think it was like when Floyd Mayweather really wanted to protect his record, right? So he was very safe a lot of times, at least early on. And old school boxing, it wasn't about that. It wasn't really like trying to protect your record. If you lost, it's okay. You lost. You just come back. You kind of do it. But that mindset I find with a lot of youngsters is like, you got to protect that record. It's okay, man. You know, you got it. This is learning. If I didn't fail, then I wouldn't have been where I'm at now today because I learned from those failures. So I just want to start off with that.
No, yeah. Especially in the amateurs, you can't like go out there trying to protect your fights. You got to go and fight whoever. You got to learn all the styles.
That's your time to learn, right? Yeah. That's the time when you're going to go over there, like you said, their styles, your style, you're developing it. You're trying to figure out who you are. So you got to go out and you got to do that. So how long have you been boxing? Because that's a pretty, extensive record for somebody that's only 17, right? You'd normally be in school right now or be getting out over at Gila Ridge?
Yeah, I got about an hour left of school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 17, how long have you been boxing?
The first time I ever started boxing, I was around 5 or 6, and it was because I did karate first.
Okay.
But
here in town? Is that here in Yuma? Or?
Yeah, it was in Yuma. Okay. And we went to a tournament, I think in El Centro, if I'm not mistaken. And I got disqualified for punching in the face. but it was because we had the plastic protectors like, on our headgear. And I didn't know. I thought I'd won, and no, I got disqualified.
So you're in karate. You're about 6 years old, and because karate, there is a if you tap the head, you get a point. But you punched. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I didn't even know. I was just trying to fight.
You're just fighting. You're 6 years old. You're just trying to go out there and do it.
Yeah, and I got disqualified. So my dad was like, "You belong in the boxing gym." So he introduced me to boxing at 6.
6 years old.
But I didn't start fighting then. I would just go during like the summer because I wanted to do soccer as well. And soccer was my main thing back then. I wanted to be a soccer player at first.
Okay, gotcha. So you want to do soccer. Dad realized, okay, if you're going to be hitting people in the head, we're going to do it legally and we're going to do boxing. And I just want to say, so Dad, I asked you off air, you were into boxing when you were younger, correct?
Yeah, in the late 90s.
Late 90s? Or you said from Phoenix? You were in Phoenix?
Yes,
so what kind of record did you have? You said off air, you were like, you're like, yeah, I wasn't as good as my son, but...
Most of my fights were exhibitions, but I did have like a 9-3 or 4 record, if I remember correctly. But like those exhibitions, I don't count them as a loss. I count them as like you said, just experience, learning. But yeah, I was like 9-3 if I.
So you're familiar with the boxing. That's where I was getting at. So you're familiar with it. You've done it for a while, and then you recognize, okay, I could put him in boxing. So right away, he's 6 years old. Where did you put him?
There was a gym at 3E by the Marine Corps base. It was called Warriors Boxing.
Okay.
And we went there. We went there for on and off for a little bit. And then we went over to Gary's gym to spar some of his fighters. And when I saw what Gary was about, we started going there.
Okay, gotcha. So you found a place, you took him over there, and then it was time to spar, which is great when other gyms go up against other gyms, because so you're seeing, what they're like, and then you see like, wait a minute, he has something that maybe we don't have here. I need to take my kid and get him to the next level.
Exactly. Yes. I just noticed that Gary Diaz, shout out to Gary at Yuma Boxing Academy. He was just really. He wasn't like. A motivational coach. He was both motivational and very technical. He would explain to the fighter, no, you got to slip this, do this, the 1-2 here. He was more technical. Like he would give instructions to the fighter instead of just go out there and get him, just get him.
Yeah, and we talked about that off air early when you came in. You kind of mentioned the differences in the coaching. I asked you about your coach because I'm thinking you're in Phoenix. You're probably going to have access to better coaches, or it's different. We just kind of think that a little bit in our heads. But you said your coach was, like you said, a motivational coach.
Yeah.
Like if you don't kick his butt, I'm going to get in there and do it, right?
Exactly.
Just like stuff like that, but didn't give you that technical aspect.
Negative. No, none of that technical aspect like Gary has. So I know he's in the good hands right now. So
can you just tell me a little bit about that technical aspect that Gary has? Like, what does that mean? And then I'll go to you, Danny.
Well, for a fighter, I feel that it means a lot. And it's a coach is supposed to direct this fighter. That's why they're the coaches. They've seen different styles. They've coached other fighters where they've seen what to do against a southpaw, what works against a right-handed fighter, what works if you're shorter, the other guy's taller, dip under the jab. He's jabbing when you jab, so try to feint him and then jab. When the fighter's in there, I feel he's not supposed to think as much. He's just the coach gives him the instruction and he does it.
Yeah.
And that's where Gary, I feel, is very good at doing that with the fighters. He'll tell them, hey, look, this guy's taller than you. When you do this fighter does that. So I need you to do this now. You know?
Okay. So when you got in there, are you learning that technical aspect right away, Danny?
Yeah, I think when I'm there, I'm like, I could see like at first it's a little hard because when you're in there, you're kind of just seeing him from like up front.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The coaches are off ringside. They see what you don't see. They see the openings that the guy's making, like he's leaving his liver open or he's bringing his guard down.
And his liver. So if I'm getting it right, maybe that's part like synced with one of the numbers, right? Is that like okay? So here yell out 3. You know what I mean. 4. Okay, 4.
Yeah.
He yells out 4. Go to a liver shot. You just hear that number and automatically, instinctively go boom. Okay, his liver's open. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they see like let's say he throws the jab and he doesn't bring his hand back up. He leaves it down. He'll tell you to like counter it, jab with him, block the jab, parry the jab, throw yours.
So you're a youngster. Like, was it pretty difficult, like you said, learning these things and getting these numbers?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think
No, okay.
I would say I got it down pretty quick.
I love that. There you go. There's that confidence.
It's just 6 numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and some coaches might say 7, 8 too. But yeah, I don't think it took too long to learn.
So okay, so you're young and you're doing boxing as well as soccer. When did that pivot happen between the two? Because at first you said you wanted to be a soccer player. So when did that change start to go over?
It was. So I did it all the way till I was about 11. My team broke up. We were a team of boys and girls. The boys went to like another boys team. The girls went to the girls only team. And then I had gained a little bit of weight too. I wasn't too fast anymore. So I was starting to lose the love for the sport. I didn't really like it anymore. So I just told my dad I want to do boxing full time. I'd rather just go to the gym.
Oh, okay.
And then he took me there. Mainly it was just to lose weight. But then he was like, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it 100%. So I was like, all right. And I guess I just fell in love with it, you know?
So how old were you at this point? Do you remember?
11.
11 years old? And you're getting chunky a little bit. You're
in 6th grade.
You're losing a step when it comes to the soccer field, and you're saying, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do this at least to lose weight. And then Dad says, no, we give 100 in this house. This is how we roll. Yeah. And you said, yes, sir.
Yes, I started running in the mornings before school. I'd wake up like at 5, 4:30, 5. I'd get up and go run. I'd do a little bit of. I would just do push-ups and sit-ups, and then I'd go to school, and then I'd go to the gym afterwards. Yeah.
So you're in the gym, and so are you also watching boxing? You guys have like boxing in the house? You guys?
Well, yeah. Every Saturday we throw on the fights. We just watched the fight yesterday. Saturday and Sunday there's a lot of boxing fights. We'll throw it on the TV. We'll order we'll make a carne asada and we'll watch fights. And then when we're training at the house, we have a little. One of those old TVs where you throw in the VCR tapes. My dad has a bunch of those.
Yeah, one of those old ones.
Yeah, we'll be watching Marvin Hagler and Thomas Hearns, Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
And he'll be doing mitts with me. I'll be on the bags.
Roberto Duran was my dad's favorite fighter. Yeah, that was my dad. So the reason I was asking, so you're 11 years old. Did you have somebody that you looked up to that was fighting around that time that you said, I want to kind of monitor, get my style around or?
I would say, because I knew I was going into the amateurs, right? I wanted to get good movement. I would say Lomachenko.
Okay.
He's one of the best amateurs. I think he only lost once.
I think so.
I think they say he only lost once. He almost had 400 fights.
So he was an amateur at the time
No, he wasn't an amateur at the time, but he was one of the best amateurs.
Well, he's one of the best amateurs.
He was from Ukraine. He's a 2-time gold medalist, and he was a world champion too in the pros.
And then what was about him that you liked?
I liked his angles, his movement, his footwork. It looked really nice. He had a really great amateur style. It was great.
So then did you kind of take that to the gym? Did you tell Gary about hey, I want to be like this guy? Or you just kind of worked on that on your own and try to watch some video on him? Yeah,
my dad would try to show me some video and we'd start working on it in the garage too. And at the gym, we'd do little movements that we saw on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram. We would just try to mimic them, try to get his style down.
So how difficult is that to try to get somebody's style?
It is pretty hard.
It's pretty hard?
You got to try to develop your own style.
Okay.
But then also what I've learned, my dad's been telling me, you got to take a little bit from this guy and this guy from this guy. We've been working a little bit on, we have this little combo we call the Bivol. I don't know if you know who Bivol is. He beat Canelo in 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He has the Russian style. He's good in amateurs too. He's jump in, score, jump out. It's a lot with the jab, managing your distance. Yeah, we try to mimic him a lot too.
Okay.
Well, so now you're giving the secrets away.
Well, we're not allowed to talk about this, or is it too much? Are people going to look up this tape and try to yeah. But yeah, that is definitely part of it, right? Because people look at any advantage they can into a fight, so they will research anything that they could find. Just we got it. But you, like you said, you had to take a little bit from each, right? You're learning these multiple things and not just one style, but you're kind of learning from everybody at that point, right?
Yeah.
It's-
And
go
I
ahead.
showed him some videos of Salvador Sanchez, and he's trying to bring that style back. We'll see how that
guy's
goes.
a little hard too.
Wait. So what's unique about his style?
Well, whenever he does the roll, he'll throw a punch. It's like he's really elusive in his rolls and slips. So he'll roll and he'll come in with a punch.
And he'll land.
And he'll land.
He kind of reminds me of like those little things at the car washes that they're all like,
yeah, like the inflatable things that spin around. So I got to watch this guy now.
Yeah, Salvador Sanchez, one of the best.
Yeah, so you're doing that. You're with Gary at 11 years old. When do you go into the amateurs?
My first fight was it was supposed to be around like 12, but then COVID happened, everything shut down. So it was 13. I was almost 14. It was November of 2021. We went to the Gene Lewis tournament in Phoenix?
Yes.
Or Mesa?
Tempe. No, Mesa. You're right.
Mesa. And it's like a bunch of people come from, all over the country. And then
Australia, too.
Australia, yeah.
So this is after. So I just want to ask real quick. So during the time we've heard to now is COVID, were you training by yourself? Were you staying active? Were you getting up and running and doing those things to the best of your ability?
Yeah, the gym had to close down because of that, obviously. So my dad and I just kept training. We just stayed on it, try to get ahead of our opponents. We didn't take any days off. Well, we didn't take any time off.
It could be discouraging, right? Like you said, you're about to enter into this whole world, get into the amateurs, and it almost could be, man, I just had to take 2 years off. I'm 2 years behind or whatever, right? Depending on how you view it.
Yeah.
It's all about how you view it. So then you said you got with Pops, and Pops says, all right, we're doing this.
Yeah, and I think that's where we got ahead a lot of our opponents,
Okay, so maybe they're taking the time off. Maybe the gym's closed, and so they're like, okay, I could take a break. You have a different mindset.
Yeah,
we kept working at it. We kept working, and once he fought, I think once he had his first fight, his actual fight, there's still a little bit of adjustments that we had to make just because he hadn't been in the ring. He had to get used to the size of the ring. But once we made those adjustments, he took off. He got a few fights under his belt, and then he go only forward from there.
So we're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, I do want to get to that picture of you with all those belts and what those are and all your accomplishments. We'll do that after the break, all right?
Okay.
All right, you're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
You're tuned to 94.7 FM, KOFA Border Radio. I'm Juan Garcia from the KWC Newsroom. The weather forecast for Yuma today is sunny with the high near 79, partly cloudy tonight with low around 51. In this week's Arizona edition, people in Yuma and San Luis responded to ICE actions in Minnesota. A new Veterans Affairs clinic is coming to Yuma, and one of the two men behind Lutz Casino passed away this month. You can listen to the latest episode of Arizona Edition on the KWC app and at kawc.org.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
Produced by the KAWC Student Newsroom, we look forward to bringing you news that matters to Yuma and La Paz counties.
This week, we spoke with local ICE protesters and a statewide organization who advocates for rural communities.
This show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the Shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's The Hotspot.
Take KAWC and Border Radio with you everywhere with the KAWC KOFA app. The app lets you stream our news and music programs, link to the latest headlines from NPR, and hear stories from the KAWC newsroom. Download it to your smartphone through the Apple Store or Google Play Store. Just search for KAWC to load it to your phone right now.
If you're tired of listening to long commercials before finally hearing music, look no further. We've got you covered. Whether you're searching on your radio, trying to find an app to play some tunes, or need background music playing on your computer while finishing up some work, KOFA Border Radio is your non-commercial place for music.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here speaking with amateur boxer Danny Chavez. And so, Danny, after COVID happens, your time to enter the amateurs. What is that like to enter in the amateurs? You just kind of put your name in something, and then you start to pick, fighters, or do people start like wanting to fight you? How does that happen?
Yeah, they would throw my name. Well, now I don't know if they used it when I did my first fights, but now we use this thing called Conquer.
Okay.
Conquer. We throw our name into an event, and then you get matched.
Weight class, stuff like that.
Weight class, age, and when you're under 10 fights, there's a group called Novice in the amateurs, so you try to fight anyone under the 10 fights. But during my Novice, I kind of just fought anyone, huh?
Yeah, we didn't feel that if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. We really didn't take a novice stage.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just so I understand then, so you said this novice thing is put in place to people that are just coming up, right? A novice, and you said, I'll fight anybody.
Yeah, we ended up. I remember I qualified for state. It was in 2022. I won the Arizona Silver Gloves for the first time, and I went to regionals to represent Arizona. And I had beat Colorado, and then I ended up making it to the finals fighting California. And that guy had how much?
40 fights.
40 fights.
Yeah, I had
and then how many?
6.
You had 6 or 7 fights.
7.
You had 7? Okay, Dad remembers.
Yeah.
You had 7 fights. This guy has 40 fights. Yeah. How do you feel facing this guy knowing he has 40 fights?
I was really nervous.
You were nervous that time.
Really
okay.
Nervous. Yeah. But I went in there and I did my thing, and honestly, my coach even says that I might have took the first round, but then second and third, he adjusted me. The experience took over. I lost the fight.
Experience, because experience does mean something, right? At the end of the day, you're confident. You go in there. You said, I'm going to take this fight, which to me is the best attitude to have. The absolute best attitude. You're going to go in there. You're going to do your thing. You're not going to let something on paper disturb you. You go and you do it. But then you said after he adjusts, he kind of figures you out a little bit.
Yeah.
That experience says, okay, I know what to do.
And he wasn't just an average fighter. He won the regionals, and he
won nationals.
Yeah, he won nationals representing Region 8, Southwest, the Southwest region. He ended up taking everything.
So you lost that fight, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like it. You didn't tell me yet, but it sounds like it. But you lost it to somebody that was up there, like another up-and-coming, somebody that went on to do great things. So you got to take that loss again. Like, wow, I lost to this guy, but this is where I made it to as far as my competition, right?
Yeah, and I feel like that's why I would say I'm a pretty good fighter, pretty good amateur, because I never really took those novice fights. I was always getting matched with these hard guys, and I got those losses out of the way at the beginning. Like I was 0-3 at the start.
You were 0-3 your start.
Yeah,
okay.
I got those losses out of at the start of my the amateur career. So then I just started winning and winning and winning.
When did that change? So obviously, after being 0-3, but did you feel something? Did something click? What was it that?
I think it was a lot to do with confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah, a lot to do with confidence. My dad said that eventually I'm gonna flick the switch. I'm gonna start winning and winning. And after you win that first time, and then you win your first tournament, and you get your first belt, it feels amazing.
It's addicting, right? It's probably addicting to get that. Again,
they raise your hand.
Yeah, they're raising your hand this time, and you get to go and get the belt. So how long was it from that next tournament? You said you started winning, and what was your next tournament?
After
when you started, you're on the winning streak now.
Yeah. When did I get on the winning streak?
Vegas Invitational.
The Vegas Invitational. That was around May 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I won.
After Vegas, you went to.
No, that wasn't the winning streak, because I won the Silver Gloves and I lost. I thought I won the fight. I ended up fighting the same guy 2 months later, and I beat him. And then I went to Golden Gloves, Junior Golden Gloves.
Gotcha, okay. Junior Golden Gloves.
Junior Golden Gloves, because Golden Gloves, you have to be 18 and over to go. It's just like Silver Gloves, but for the olders, for the adults. Yeah.
So when you're under when you're 17 and under, if you go and participate in the state Golden Gloves, it's Junior Golden Gloves.
And you only go to state.
So you just win your state, but you don't get to advance to regionals.
Oh, okay. So that's the cap. At that point,
and that's what Silver Gloves is for.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's your cap. So okay. So you start to get on a winning streak.
Yeah.
You're addicted to it, And then, was it even more so? Like, give me anybody. I'm just hungry.
Yeah. And then that winning streak started in 2024.
Okay, 2024.
I won the Golden Gloves, and then I started winning Smokers. And then we went to that.
That's local shows.
Yeah.
Smokers are local shows. It's just a one-fight thing. And then I went to Guerra en la Frontera in 2024. They say it's the biggest tournament for Mexico. It's Mexico and USA, and they fight. It's a 5-day tournament.
Yes.
And I fought four out of the 5 days. I fought a lot of states. I fought Guerrero. I fought Baja California Sur. And what was the other one? Oh, Mexicali was right there.
Which is Baja California.
Baja California. Yeah.
So you fight them all in that tournament?
Yeah,
during that time. And then how are you doing at that tournament? That's where
I ended up winning.
You're winning?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You won the tournament.
Yeah, and the guy I fought in the finals, he's on the Mexican Olympic team now, no?
Correct.
Yeah.
He's from La Paz, Baja California.
So what was it like? So this is in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
So what was it like traveling out of country to go over there and do this and be a part of this tournament?
It was cool. It was a really nice experience. I really liked it. It was great. It was nice. Seeing different styles of the fighters.
That's what I was just going to ask. Was there different styles that you started to become aware of and then had to adjust to?
Yeah, in Mexico, a lot of them are brawlers. They go out there and they just keep coming. They're like little tanks. Like you hit them, then boom, they keep
So how do you adjust
swinging.
to somebody that's just coming at you?
You just gotta box them. That's where like you gotta.
Is that the technique, or is that where that?
You gotta like hit them and move, hit them and like make them throw, feint them, roll, and throw your punch. You gotta,
And then what does that do to them? Like if they're just coming at you,
it frustrates them.
There you go.
If they try to brawl it out, you box them. If they try to box, you brawl. Like my coach Gary, he always says, "Don't hook with a hooker. If they're hooking, don't hook back. You gotta box them."
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So don't play in their game. So they're probably wanting you to do that.
Make it your fight.
Make it your fight.
Yeah.
And so that again goes back to confidence, because you're gonna have confidence to take it back to your fight. Correct?
Yeah. And then after that tournament, we won junior Golden Gloves again.
Yes.
And that was 25. And in Colorado, that's where my winning streak ended. How much was it? Like 15, 16?
Yeah.
15, 16 fights.
Mm-hmm.
I lost in Colorado. It was an international tournament. They brought a bunch of guys from other countries too.
Pueblo,
Colorado. We lost there, and then we lost again in the Junior Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I lost to some guy from Florida. And then, what after that?
So you're around and you're getting to fight people from all over.
Yeah.
Which is definitely making you seasoned. You're not afraid of anybody. You're doing it. You're taking all of these things. What is your biggest goal? What do you want to be a professional fighter? What's your?
Yeah, the number one goal is to become a world champion, undisputed one day.
Okay. And what weight class do you want to be in?
Because
I know you're 17 now, but you might still have some growing.
Like 120,
122, 126.
122, 126, okay.
Yeah.
He's realistically,
I'm a 121
he's
fighter.
a 121 fighter.
Okay.
But this last
Silver Gloves.
This last Silver Gloves, he went and fought at 132 just because he started cutting weight for that tournament
Way
the
too
week
late.
of. Way too late.
Gotcha.
And so I said, you know what, just just go in at 132 and we'll see what happens. And he took it. I mean, he was way faster
we
than
had
all those kids.
Yeah.
And so now that he won at the state at 132, we have to participate at regionals at 132, and then now at nationals. But after nationals, I think he can easily take it back down to 121 if he wants to.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just got to take that cut seriously.
So you could be flexible.
Yeah, right now he's eating pizza. He's eating all kinds of stuff. It's like he's not really doing a training camp with his diet anyway because he's comfortable just eating whatever he wants, and he doesn't have a lot to cut.
But he can do the 132. You said though, right? Like
he can right now. That's what he's doing, the 132. But Our goal 121. He's a lot bigger.
Yeah, it'll take us to the next level.
Oh
because,
he's a monster.
Yeah, so he's bigger, maybe a little faster than them, or what?
Stronger.
Speed is
Stronger.
All the kids look up to right now. They're at his level, and the other kids at 121 kind of look up to him and see him as like, God, this guy's a giant.
And that's part of the advantage, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they'll be smaller, but they're like they're built, they're buff, they're all And I'm just like I feel like they look at me and they're like, oh, he's a tall, skinny, scrawny kid,
But I mean, Fundora, one of the world champs right now. I mean, he's tall, skinny, but he destroys them.
And you'd mentioned off air that you don't have a nickname yet. They were trying to find you a nickname, but you did mention that one of them. They said skeleton.
Skeleto.
Yeah, it was one of them because
they just be throwing stuff out there.
yeah. So his dad said if I go to one of the fights, if I got a good one, come up with one. But if you're listening out there, you go to one of his fights, you get this kid a nickname. He's definitely going places. And so just real quick before we go, those belts that you have, how many belts do you have, like in that picture?
And
you have one on Instagram. I don't know.
With all your
in the ring?
Jackets and everything.
Yeah, with all the jackets, everything.
11 or 12.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Couple, that sounds like more than a couple. 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, you're addicted to that. You feel it. You got that belt. Now you want to take it. When do you transition into the pros?
We're thinking about when I turn 19, around next year.
Yeah, sometime next year, 19 or 20. We still got about a year and a half or 2 years.
Yeah, I'm turning 18 this year in May.
Okay. Yeah. So you said how long? Sorry, a year and a half to 2 years?
Year and a half to 2 years.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a great age. I mean, I don't know if he wants to stick around for the Olympics. I know the 2028's already started for the selection camp, and he's not an elite fighter yet. He has to be 18 and over.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have to stick around till 2032. I don't think.
That's too long.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a little bit.
Yeah.
So the pros, you want to be an elite champion in your weight class. Before we go, who's your favorite boxer right now? Anybody you look up to right now today? I know early on, but
I really like David Benavidez. He's one of my favorites.
Okay.
And then Bam Rodriguez.
Those are the two.
Yeah.
Those are the two. And then one day you're going to be up there in competition and right there toe-to-toe with some of the greats as well, right?
Yeah, one day. Soon.
So if people want to follow you on this journey and see when you get there, how do they do that? What's your Instagram? And let everybody know about Gary's Instagram as well, too.
Yeah, so my coach's Instagram is Yuma Boxing Academy, and then I think it's with an underscore and a dot.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, it's all right. People can find it.
Yeah, my Instagram is L_Dani_ and then hard work, but it's HRDWRK.
All right, that hard work, that's you, right? That's right there, that hard work. And it sounds like you have a great dad that's over here that's been in your really corner supportive. It's very supportive and made sure that you put in that hard work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with that, I do got to take a break, and we'll be back with Leslie McClendon. But thank you so much for coming on. You did great, bro.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. We'll be watching you on your journey. And with that, we are taking a break. We'll be back with Leslie McClendon right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, crafted in Welton, inspired by the desert, offering scratch-made food, handcrafted beers, live music, and experiences like farm tours and glamping. Location information, the schedule of events, and details on the range of options to be enjoyed are at hightanks.com.
K-pop foodie fans, we're all about food this week on K-pop for Border. Listen in for K-pop songs about ice cream, coffee, and spaghetti. K-pop for Border airs on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on KOFA Radio. Stream the show on KAWC's app or website, or follow K-pop for Border Facebook or Instagram for the artists and playlists.
For KAWC News, I'm Cisco Stargazer, Education Solutions reporter. San Luis High School students walked out of school Friday morning in protest of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. According to the San Luis Police Department, about 100 students walked to Joe Ortuño Park around 10:40 a.m. that day carrying signs and flags. The walkout was one of many that took place across the nation Friday, but it also coincided with reports on social media that unmarked ICE vehicles were seen in San Luis, Arizona. While patrolling the walkout, Lieutenant Emmanuel Botello reported that the police were unaware of ICE presence in the area.
We typically, whenever ICE is in the area, they'll give us a courtesy call, let us know they're in the area. So no, we have not been made aware of any ICE. And there's also no one from like Border Patrol or U.S. Customs in the area. Really just us at this point, again, only to maintain the security of every other motorist or every other citizen out there on the streets.
Botello remarked that the walkout was peaceful. For KAWC News, I'm Cisco Stargazer.
I'm Mike Suba, and I'm a big supporter of KAWC. You're getting a great source of information about our community, about the people that are working and living here, and you start going, you know what, this is really a valued service. And that's the great thing, is you've got a partnership here. And I'm a big believer in partnerships because the one thing I realized early on in life, I can maybe do a lot of stuff on a very limited basis, but when I start partnering up, it's amazing what we can do when we pool our resources. And so I hope that when people are listening to the station, enjoying the news broadcasts and the entertainment shows that are being presented, that they realize that you're not only the end user and enjoying what's being broadcast to you, but it can be a partnership too, where you can participate like I've discovered I can do and help get this service, enhance it, and provide even better programming. I'm Mike Suba, and I support KAWC.
I'm Public Radio Runner. Bonus Smiles is the music show where we share the stories and playlists that fuel runners. Join us on your local public radio station, KOFA, at 94.7 FM. In our next episode, we hear from DeAndre Rogers and Devontae Gaskill and the tunes that power their runs.
You can listen on demand on the KOFA app and at borderradioaz.org.
KAWC and Border Radio are sponsors of the Village Jazz Series, with concerts starting at 6 every Thursday evening at Yuma Palms Regional Center through April 30th. This week, the Hot Beignets, lively traditional jazz from Phoenix, will be featured. Guests should bring their own seating. Details under Village Jazz at yumajazz.com.
I'm Dave Rigg, General Manager for KAWC and KOFA Border Radio. We are looking for music lovers who can help us create this music mix and present it on the radio. If you'd like to volunteer, send me an email to music@borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Leslie McClendon, who is a city council member right here in Yuma, Arizona. She's more than that, though. So that's just, one of her titles, one of the many hats that she wears. And we'll get to the other hats that she wears inside of that. But first, we just wanted to get to know her like we get to know all of our guests. But I think I already know the answer. You're Yuma born and raised, right?
Born and raised, yes.
Yeah. So what hood did you grow up in, or what area of town?
Well, I'm a Crane School girl.
Okay.
And then I went to Yuma High, very proud of being a criminal. Mm-hmm. Very proud.
Yeah,
and then I went here to Arizona Western.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
What'd you do when you came here?
Well, always since young, politics has been important to me. So
really?
Of course, I did political science.
Are you serious? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So okay. Tell me a little bit about that. We're going to go a little bit deeper then. So why is politics important to you? Maybe in high school.
So when I was in, it started in grade school, but my grandfather was very active in politics, and He introduced me to Senator DeConcini and our Representative Bob
Yeah.
Stump, and way back in the day.
Yeah, those are some old school names. I know those names. Yeah.
So he introduced me. And so he always had me very active in Phoenix, where he lived, with the DAV and with all of the things that Senator DeConcini would do. So I brought it back home and said, I got to do something. And I just kept doing it.
So this is, you said grandpa, right? Yeah. So what was his position? You said he was active in politics.
So,
was he a public servant, or did he just work for politicians?
He was active with his military. So he was a disabled American vet.
Okay,
and so
the DAV,
was,
like you were saying. Yeah.
When he was younger, he was more a craftsman, labor worker. But when he was young, he was in the Army. And so he just kind of, followed through with that and made that very strong. And always military is very, political in some cases.
Yeah, it could be.
And, yeah. So that's how he got involved. And I just went on the coat.
So did you kind of look up to him to a degree, and then also, look up to him, but then you're also, people around you with the name Senator around them, you know what I mean? They have these names, and it's like, okay, these are pretty important people.
Oh, yeah. It was so great that I went to a lot of events with him that when I was in high school, I got to be a part of, I was on student council, and we were introduced back then to Brotherhood Week.
Okay.
And so we all got to go to Phoenix, and then we went to Washington, D.C., and that's where my grandfather let me, have Senator DeConcini's, limo came and picked me up.
No way.
So I got to go to the state, the Capitol, and it was great.
Oh, so you were the coolest kid in that situation then, right?
Yeah.
You're getting picked up in a limo and stuff. So did you excel in those classes, like the world history or civics classics and stuff at Yuma High?
Yeah,
or? Well,
Yeah,
whatever. Okay.
High school's high school.
High school. Okay,
so,
cool. So you're still living. Okay, yeah. A little bit La Vida Loca
hey, I was
high school.
a cheerleader, so I was very busy.
Okay, so you're busy, but then time to go to AWC. You said you want to pull on that thread a little bit more. You came over here and you took science or political science classes because why? Did you want to be a senator one day? Did you want to be a governor or mayor, right?
Well,
You're city council, but.
I know. So I thought that's what I wanted. When Bob Stump was very active, I did a lot of things with him as a page, as a lot of volunteering. So I thought, if I kept continuing that, I would go to Washington and be in the White House, as some type of a worker. I never knew.
Okay,
so those were my dreams.
So just somebody to be around it and serve the people that are in public service.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Oh, okay. Yeah. So why behind the scenes?
Well, because I never thought of going before anybody and being somebody like, a senator. Or,
okay.
I never thought of I could do anything like that. So I always wanted to be behind the scenes.
Gotcha. So then what did you do? Did you get a degree? Did you
I did not get the degree because, life happens and I had children, and so I didn't get to do that. But I still take courses now just because I love history so much. So I just kind of do that just so I can keep my brain going.
So then you didn't get the degree, and did you kind of like, okay, Washington, you kind of give up on that whole thing, or?
I did. I gave up on that, and then all of a sudden I blinked and I was in tourism.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to get to next. So I think originally I knew that you were in tourism.
Yep.
So how did that happen?
Well, my grandmother, who lived in Yuma, she worked at a travel agency. This small town, that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. Absolutely. This is What's a Yuma show. If people listen, they know how Yuma works.
So she was a travel agent, and she asked if I wanted to come and apply for a job where they worked. So I did. And I started probably when I was 20. So
20 years old.
Many years ago.
Yeah, so 20 years old, 5 years ago when you're 20. So you get into being a travel agent. Did you like it?
I loved it. I have traveled all over.
So you get to travel too, right? So that's what you love about it? Like you're also being able to experience these things? And is it because like you go experience it and then you're a better salesperson for it, or like what is it? How does that work?
Yes. So back when we first started in the travel agency, that's exactly what people wanted you to do. So you travel to these destinations so that you can promote it. And they offered them all the time, cruises, Europe, whatever that looked like, because they wanted visitors to go. The more we got into, the world and life, that started to go away. But for me, I wanted people to do a dream. If your dream was to go to a destination, well, I wanted to make that happen. How does that look? Whether it's a big trip, a small trip, 2 trips, whatever that looks like, I wanted to fulfill that dream.
And you said, so big trip, small trip. So somebody could come with like, this is just my dream. And it might be a little thing. I just want to get like a getaway or.
Yeah. So a lot of times we all want to go and say, I want to go for a 3-week vacation, or I want to travel the world. Well, we can't always do that. Money gets in the way. But let's start small. What's the first thing that you wanted to do? Did you want to visit history? Did you want to visit the beach? What does that look like? Let's just start and climb.
Mm-hmm. So when you're that age, what did you have? Like, where did you want to go? What was the first place that you're like, okay, this is definitely where not the first place you went, but you really wanted to go?
So I always dreamed, and I read so many books and things like that when I was taking people to different destinations or just booking them. Europe and Italy, especially Italy, was my favorite.
Yeah. So Italy, what about Italy?
I loved it. History.
The history.
Of course.
So you're talking about like Rome and stuff like that. So it's funny because I'm thinking in my head this whole time, and I'm like, where would I want to go? I was like, Rome and Greece, the two places I would want to go, because I love that same type of history. Even the Greece with the Socrates and the philosophers and stuff like that, the thinkers and the way that they develop society. That stuff fascinates me. So I was when you were saying that, I'm like, those are the places I want to go. And then but it was the same for you.
Oh, absolutely. And I got to do that. I went to Italy. I did a Mediterranean cruise, so I got to do all of the Greek Isles and go through the history, and I loved it. That to me was the ultimate. And then after I was a travel agent forever, and at that time it was, where can I get you to leave Yuma? Where can I send you? I started at Visit Yuma, and that's the total opposite. I want everybody to stay in Yuma. Don't leave Yuma. I love Yuma.
You flipped the script on everybody.
I did.
And but when you first got in council, were you at the travel agency?
I was.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back on the other side of the break, and we're going to find out what made you want to run for city council and torture yourself like that.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Hear the rhythm. Feel the beat. Let your curiosity run away on the Latin Alternative. Hi, I'm Josh Norrick. Every episode of the Latin Alternative takes you on a thrilling rendezvous of sonic and exotic landscapes in Latin rock, funk, hip-hop, electronic, and tropical music. Join me and my co-host Ernesto Lechner on the Latin Alternative.
This evening at 7 p.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
The weather forecast for Yuma today is sunny with a high near 79. Partly cloudy tonight with low around 51. In Prescott, mostly sunny with a high near 66 and a west wind around 5 to 7 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with low around 33. Mostly sunny in Flagstaff with a high near 59 and gusts as high as 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with low around 23. And sunny in Kingman with a high near 71. Mostly clear this evening with a low around 44.
Today's day sponsor is Kids at Hope Yuma, presenting No Exceptions, a concert featuring the frontmen, lead singers from Lone Star, Restless Heart, and Little Texas. The event, supporting the local efforts of Kids at Hope, happens at 5 p.m. on February 14th at Desert Sun Stadium. More information and tickets are available at kidsathopeyuma.org.
For over 55 years, Border Radio KOFA has been a voice for music and culture in the region. We play indie, soul, funk, world beats, and more, plus local stories and live sessions. Tune in live at 94.7 FM, on demand at borderradioaz.org or on the KOFA app and discover your next favorite song.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here with Leslie McClendon, and so you're doing the travel agency stuff. You're getting to see the world, and then something happens. You go back to that political side. Did you get an itch to run for city council? What was it? Was something nagging, or is it like I can make a change? What, tell me what was going through your mind and why you want to torture yourself.
So it's kind of weird that way. Jerry Stewart, very dear friend, came into my office and said, I see that you've been doing so many things, you know, with kids and all the sports and stuff like that. I really, truly believed in Parks and Recreation. He says, I think you should run for city council. And of course, I laughed and said, no way.
Yeah, okay, cool.
No way.
That's the correct response.
I thought, there's no way I could do something like that. I only had 2 weeks to get all my signatures in because it was a last-minute thing.
What?
It was really last minute. And I was like, I can't do it. And he says, if I help you get your signatures in, will you do it? And I was like, sure, because I didn't think I had that type of support.
Okay.
I really didn't.
So you said yes because your betting odds are like, there's no way. There's no way in 2 weeks I could get enough signatures. Because people are getting signatures right now, right? It's a political season, and now they get the digital to do it. And this is back when you had to like sign a paper, right? Yes. And you're like, nah, it's not going to happen. But sure, whatever, guy, I'll do it.
Yeah, but back then you only had to have about 500 signatures.
Oh, okay, so it's
now
less.
it's over 1,000.
It's over 1,000.
So.
Okay, gotcha. So you didn't even think you'd get 500,
no.
huh? Oh, okay.
I didn't think so. But I didn't realize how many people really, truly did support me in doing something like that. And I got my signatures.
Beautiful.
So
that's beautiful. So 2 weeks. People are saying, yes, we believe in her. We like what you said. You've done stuff with Parks and Rec, and you're known in the community. And they said, we believe in you. And what was it like when he came back to you and it's like, we got enough signatures. You're on the ballot.
I was a little stunned, excited, scared, everything you could possibly think of. And then there was a lot of people who ran. And so the most important thing, and one person said to me, because back then you did tons of debates, and they said, you can't know everything.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't. Just be open and honest. And that's what I did. I told you what I believed in, which I believed in our youth, and I still do.
Yeah.
I believe in public safety. I still do. And so those were things that I wanted to keep going. But it was scary. There was a lot of things. We had an arena that was popping up. We had a lot of huge annexations that I knew nothing about then. You know, I was like, oh my gosh.
So you know nothing about it, but you got to go in there and you started to do your research and ask questions and find out, because obviously you made it. Not only did you get the signatures, you got enough votes. And do you remember how many seats were open at that time?
There were 3 seats open.
3 seats open, okay.
And my first year that I ran, the first time I ran, I won in the primary.
You won in the primary. Who'd you win with? Who was the other two?
To be honest, I can only remember one, which was Cody Beeson.
Cody, okay. Yeah. So you won with Cody. You're on there, and you're learning. You're figuring this stuff out. But was there anything else when you were there? Like, obviously, the kids, you started like, wait, I can make a difference in these other things.
Yes. So once I got involved and really started doing my homework and research of what the city does and all the different departments, then I realized, oh my gosh, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. I mean, I needed to learn about zoning. I needed to learn about the streets. I needed to learn about a lot of things that I had no idea. But, you know, it's a love-hate, and I truly do love it.
You love it.
I do.
And I tease a little bit about the torture because the thing is like you don't make a lot of money, or I could say any money. Maybe you make money for gas or something. Yeah. That's about it. Being a public servant in city council here.
Yeah, I didn't go in there for the money. I didn't ever even talk about that when Jerry brought that to me. I have always told people, if you want to make a difference, make a difference. If you want to do something that you you need to vote for something. You need to go to the ballots. You need to vote. And that was me. If I want to talk the talk, I got to walk the walk.
You got to walk the walk so that you're there, you're learning. And how many terms did you do?
So I did 3 terms, and then this last time that I'm here is that we lost a great man, Gary Knight, and I was appointed to finish his term out, and that's what I'm doing.
So you did your 3 terms, and then you're like, you thought you were done?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you thought you were done. It's like you've accomplished enough. You're saying, okay, now time to go focus on these other things. You're at Visit Yuma. You're doing that. And then obviously tragedy happens. We lose a great council member. Did you raise your hand or did somebody call you?
They asked me, several people called and said, would I consider it? And because Gary Knight and I were on council together for 2 terms, we did a lot of things together that I know he wanted to complete.
Gotcha. So then, you know him well enough to say, I could have the confidence to kind of carry on a bit of his legacy.
Yes, and that's the reason why I did it. He was a dear friend to me.
He was a friend. So how long you've been on this time?
So his term was 2.5.
Okay.
So that's what I'm finishing.
You're finishing that 2.5? So, and then this 2.5, there's something that you're a part of that's close to home, the ADA.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So ADA is the disability that we commission that we built with the city. So we're brand new. I had a little bit of a tragedy in my home, and I never realized that our community needed a voice when it came to disability access.
Yeah, and so ADA is Americans with Disabilities Act or something, and so you're probably looking around the scenery, or the landscape, and noticing like things aren't set up for people with disabilities, possibly.
It's correct. Yeah. It's hard to get wheelchairs, in and off of sidewalks when there's no, all of them are high curbs or the streets have lumps in them on the curb side. I mean, there was a lot of things that I had no idea. And so this commission that we've built, it's 2 years now.
Okay.
And we're going around the community trying to make a difference. And what does that look like? We have a little bit of money from the city, and we utilize that to help with more parking, curbside cutouts,
I've noticed more and more of those are happening, which to me just seems like a no-brainer anyway. Like that, it's like, why didn't we have these? But I guess, if you don't have a commission, or you don't have people thinking about this, or people with the awareness, they kind of build them how they always used to build them. But so that's part of it. And you said you don't know until these things are presented, until you see, and then so you have this commission to kind of wrestle these things out.
Yeah, so we have, it's a 6-person commission, and they come from all around the community, and they help, they're the eyes and the ears. And we also ask for people to come and let us know what's going on. What do you see? That's why that Click and Fix app that we have works outstanding, because you can use it and take a photo of something that you've seen.
Yeah, and I really I do that. Yeah, I use that app, and I kind of go back and check to see, like, after it's been done. And you get updates and stuff like that, but that's definitely a great app. So you could do that for the ADA, right?
Yes.
And I think I did one for the ADA because it was the sidewalk, this thing, it was bowled up with the concrete.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, I just thought, somebody with a wheelchair can't get over there. So I took a picture of it and put it under an ADA thing. And I've heard that they work on it faster if you put that. So I don't know if that's true, but they did get it fixed pretty quickly.
It is true, because again, you see something that we might not have seen, or the city hasn't been around that area. It's important that people see something, they say something, they do something, do Click and Fix, and it gets kind of moved up into the departments because that they know what's going on. I mean, if you've seen downtown, we have added handicap parking now. We've added several of the curbs have been cut out now, so we're moving right along. It's brand new, and I love it. I think we're going to make a difference to make the community more accessible.
So you're at the end of your term, right?
Yes.
And you're deputy mayor,
Yes.
Right? So you're going to be ending it on a high note.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you going to do with all your free time after this, Leslie?
I don't even know if that exists in my life.
No, there's no free time? That doesn't happen?
You know, I love our community. I do a lot of stuff, and I will continue to do so.
Yeah.
So.
And, we're going to be wrapping up here in about a minute, but, we didn't get to dive into the stuff you do for Visit Yuma too much. But what do you do? What's your title over there?
I bring people to Yuma.
You bring people to Yuma?
I bring people to Yuma to love it, to see it, to spend their money.
You come over because we like that because, you got to go out there and eat and stay at a hotel.
Exactly.
And then there's that tax that helps the city, right?
Yes.
And so you're the one that makes it attractive to a degree, or?
Yes, I promote Yuma, all of our assets, the attractions, the hotels, our river, our mountains, our bike trails, everything.
So that must be exciting. You get to do that. You love Yuma, and you're able to do this, and you kind of keep track. Like, wow, we're doing good. There's people coming in. The hotels. It seems like there's more and more hotels all the time. I think there was a new one off of Gist Parkway. I just opened recently.
Yeah, but we have the people for it. We have the government contracts, so we're doing good.
Cool. So thank you so much for being with us. You're at your last year. You're deputy mayor, and I think you accomplished a lot. And hopefully you get some free time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And you got to tell Bobby to come on. That's the other thing.
I will.
All right, cool. And with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, and Dave Reek. You can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org on the Facebook and KAWC Radio and the KAWC app. Stay tuned for our following program, KOFA Midday Music. And on tomorrow's program, we have, Kyle Cucho, and then we also have Nate and Jackie. They are both chefs here in Yuma. And you can listen to podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio. Okay, I got through all of that. Good. Normally I have a co-host that helps me, but yeah, no, we got it. Thank you so much again, Leslie. I really appreciate it. You're an awesome person.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Broadcasting from Yuma campus of Arizona Western College for more than 55 years, this is Border Radio, 94.7 FM, KOFA Yuma. We also broadcast at 1320 AM in Yuma at kawc.org and on the KOFA app.
Blood services provider Vitalant is hosting blood drives at Yuma locations on an ongoing basis. Daily personal emergencies and ongoing medical needs of thousands of patients require a constant and ready blood supply. Donations of all blood types, especially O, are needed. Locations, dates, and appointments at donors.vitalant.org.
I'm Debbie Russ with the BBC.